Alright, you guys, what kind of... I need to get some more Sega miles, so I don't know if I should download the free Hulu app. Oh, I can get a proof for a Discover card and get, I can unlock a lava lair.
Get eBay.
Oh man, get the eBay? Alright, let's get the eBay.
Yes.
I'm very... well... nothing like downloading an HTML5 app for absolutely no reason. Well, I figure I could just go ahead and, cause I don't know. Cause, like, look at how much you need to get for, like, some of these characters. Like, here's, like, the most expensive one for, like, 750,000 Sega miles.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. And
Well,
this is free to play?
Well, I had to pay $2
no,
just to get the app.
Oh yeah, it's $2.
Yeah, but you can still buy Sega miles for real life money. Despite the fact that not all the characters are here.
Okay.
Every bit of money for Sega's coffers.
Ah, I don't have enough for beat.
How much is a Sega mile worth in real cash?
That's a good question. Like, you can get 50 million just for $30.
So there's no proper exchange rate. What kind of clowns have we got running the Sega economy? No wonder the company keeps falling over.
I don't know. I mean, people are going to pay this kind of cash for Sonic Dash when it comes out for Android, so I don't know.
Oh man, Sonic Dash. I know from the informational video that we put out how dangerous Sonic Dash can be.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, none of the cool kids have a Wii U, so they're going to be stuck with Sonic
That's
Dash
true.
as their
That's true.
go-to Sonic game. Unless you're an Android, you can now get Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing with Google Plus functionality.
Oh, Bart, random thing. Main memory says that the white smoke community toolbar add-in, apparently you can opt out of it, which means probably that's actually the official download.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, I should probably post this
Yeah.
Sega Bits.
I also don't see it up on Sonic Retro.
It should be up. I don't know why it's not doing it. Oh, it's probably complaining because I didn't put in a featured image. Set up. Yeah, give me just a sec here, folks. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. Now we're loading. Why is there a severed head of Aaron well, not severed, but like a head of Aaron Weber in the images gallery?
Yeah, that's good enough, I think.
It's probably Skylar's doing there. It's appropriate, but okay, good. Alright. I think that's good enough for now. Let's go play some freaking All-Stars Racing.
Wait, is that the Sonic 2006 loading screen?
Yeah. I used that for last week's Dreamcast live stream. Yep. I guess we could at least pick a Dreamcast character.
Oh, I thought that was the actual loading screen for this game.
No.
Right, I'm sorted. I now have beer and a pack of crispy bacon crisps.
Ah, very
Apparently
good.
they are flavoured wheaty tubes with a serious crunch.
Please send all of your Wheaty Crunches to Video Retro. Now, Overlord, you played the DS version of this game, right?
I have, yes. In fact, I have got it on Sega's Dime, actually.
Wow.
Which is very nice of them.
I mean, that said, this is pretty much verbatim the DS game here.
I would say it's got slightly better graphics than the DS version.
Oh yeah. Although
It's
it
at
does
least
kinda-
it's at least a higher resolution.
It is.
So you can see everything that's wrong with it.
I mean, at least they tried to get most of the levels to be almost one-to-one with the original console game, which is cool.
Yeah.
And the game automatically, in this version accelerates you forward. And there's like a steering assist option you can turn on, but I don't know. It gets a little annoying.
It seems like a nice effort, but it's just touch controls that seem annoying.
Yeah, there is no game controller support whatsoever.
You put in the coins, and then you get the toys.
They turned it into a boost button for Rio for some reason.
That's it.
The alternative way to play this game is to use like gyro sensor controls, and that's just not really a whole lot of fun to use when you're trying to output video. Now, even though this is supposed to be part of the Dreamcast live stream for Sega Bits, I was trying to see if I can get the auto demo for Sonic Adventure working, but couldn't quite get that working in time for this broadcast, so just kind of make do with what we got.
Yeah. Guess we're playing Half-Life instead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the perfect person you'd need to get some assistance with getting the auto demo running currently isn't available, so...
Yeah. I was actually talking to Orange Fox about what we could do about it, and he sent me an emulator that he has built, or not built, no. He downloaded a specific version of DMule that I don't have, and unfortunately I couldn't get it quite working since some of the directory paths weren't aligned correctly. And for those of you wondering, this is the Android version of Sega All-Stars Racing that came out on the 18th.
Oh man, is it running on a device that's powered by a Tegra?
Hell yeah, it is. I don't see the advantages of it, though. Therefore, it is an inferior port. Oh god. I'm actually experiencing more frame rate issues for some reason. Like, it's not... I mean, sometimes it gets a little unbearable, but normally I haven't seen stuff like this happening.
Yeah. Someone in the chat is asking what this is being played on.
Yeah, I just mentioned it's the Android version.
Yeah.
Not what operating system, what device?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Oh, well... I'm using my Asus Transformer Prime TF201 with Tegra power.
Oh, yeah, so it should be running fine.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You can't go better than Tegra. And I guess it should probably be mentioned that you should not bother playing this on an NVIDIA Shield, despite it being powered by Tegra, and by all means you should get one for $299.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you get any Tegra?
I know, right?
Tegra powered device.
Ugh.
Yeah, looking at this running, even though it is higher graphics, you can tell the polygons are sticking out of the form of the DS version.
Oh yeah. I mean, this level, for whatever reason, the DS version has like alternate versions of certain levels. Like the Samba de Amigo levels are definitely not the same at all. And it kind of makes me wonder if, like, when they were working on the DS one, did they just have like, were they just working with like an older build, and then like they didn't really have all the materials finished for the Amigo levels in time?
You know, I'm not sure.
Actually, maybe it just couldn't handle the switch between environments.
Well, there is that. Like, for the the first level that's in the console versions have some slightly different dynamic visuals going on there. And it's hard to concentrate and drive at the same time.
Yeah, you can't really drive while a giant somebody amigo head is watching over you.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
I should go back to that at some point, but then I just got ASRT on Vita, so...
Yeah, you may as well even go back to it. Let's see. I don't really have much of anything unlocked, although I haven't really done any of the missions here. And it should probably be noted, actually, there's significantly fewer characters. At least half the roster is represented here in the mobile versions of the game. In the iOS version, or the iPhone version, which is what this is based on, it also doesn't have all the characters in it.
Yeah, they did update it with more characters eventually.
Yeah, they put in like Shadow, but I don't know what else they added since then.
I think they might have added Ulala, but for the rest I'm not sure. But you can at least play as BD Joe.
Yeah, I can play as BD Joe. Oops.
It's just a shame that Big Cat isn't in there.
Yeah, this is my biggest complaint. Especially since, you know, considering his big showing at Summer Games Done Quick for helping raising $1,000 for charity.
Yep.
This is such a lacking omission. Also, if it wasn't mentioned, if you try to play this on NVIDIA Shield, you obviously can't use the game controller. You're stuck with either gyro controls or entirely using the touchscreen. I don't know if it's something that happened when I tried to download this, but BD Joe doesn't make any noises. I have no idea why that is.
Bug, probably.
I hope so. I need my stereotypes to sound off appropriately. Oh god, I can't see. Were you able to fire behind you in the DS version?
I believe so.
Yeah, you can't do that in the mobile version, I've come to notice.
Yeah, normally that's done by holding back, I think.
Yeah.
Or holding the control stick back, I mean.
Yeah, that's how it works on DS. Good job, backing against the wall.
Yeah, it gets really, especially in like the later levels, it gets really difficult to kind of maneuver some of the tighter turns.
Wasn't the mobile version of Transformed planned, or was it just cancelled?
I think there was a mobile, like they probably have a mobile version as well as an arcade version in the cards, but they haven't really done anything with that stuff yet.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate, but I don't know how you'd be able to keep up with some of the more complicated controls, unless you start adding in game controller functionality.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's probably going to be a port of the 3DS version. Which,
yeah.
at least content-wise, is okay.
I guess they could port the Vita version for higher-end phones, but...
Yeah, to be honest, looking at this, it's not that different to the Vita one.
What?
Well,
the mobile version of this?
Well, I think the Vita version looks better, but...
The Vita version, no, don't get me wrong, it does look better, but it's not like it's... I don't know how much, if both of you have played the Vita version.
I've played the demo version.
It's not like models are anti-aliased or anything.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
it's the same as the console version, but it's heavily visuals are heavily downgraded.
Like there's no shadows or any like significant visual effects added in.
Yeah, I mean, for a handheld version, it looks fine.
Oh yeah, no, it looks really nice for a handheld game.
Yeah.
I wonder how people are going to take it if they start playing it on the PlayStation Vita TV.
Oh man.
Oh, damn it. Oh man, this game's kind of chugging right now and I don't know why.
I was wondering whether the video was actually me.
No, if for whatever reason, I mean, if you're watching the video right now, you're basically running it, watching it almost one-to-one as if you were like playing on the device, the actual game itself. And one thing you'll notice that I really love about these iOS to Android ports is that the HUD elements are stretched. Like, they didn't appropriately adjust them for the widescreen display, so everything looks fatter, except for the 3D graphics. Like, we're using, like, Nintendo 64 levels of graphic techniques with this version, which is kind of funny. Like, if you were to play, like, Banjo-Tooie widescreen, like, all the 3D stuff would look fine, but, like, your heads-up display would appear stretched.
No, I don't. I had something similar with Ratchet and Clank HD version, like in the there's this in-game store for buying weapons and stuff, and it basically shows a video of the seller, and that's just stretched.
Oh man, I haven't gotten too far in the Ratchet and Clank HD ports, but I've been playing like the Jack and Daxter collection.
I mean, the ports are fine, they play at 1080p, but there's just some noticeable stuff.
Yeah.
Like, when you see the models close up, you can see a lot of flaws.
I was wondering if, like, for Jack and Daxter, I was wondering if, like, they just cheated and took, you know, instead of trying to stretch 4:3 visuals, like for like your heads-up display or whatever, did they just zoom in on the picture so that everything just looks bigger in general?
Yeah.
So
Not a clue.
Well, I kind of learned when they made some of these HD ports, they would like come to those kind of compromises to try and compensate for the fact that they're using a widescreen display. Of course, if you were going to do like Sonic Adventure 2 route, you just take the cutscenes that are not supposed to be widescreen and you just put borders on the sides.
Well, let's face it, it's very hard to make an SA2 cutscene worse.
Well,
in many ways. This is the ultimate. I'll make you read those words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually fixed that, at least partially.
Yeah, somewhat.
Music still plays far too loud, though. Sonic Adventure Syndrome is still well in place.
Yeah.
Yeah. They only fixed it slightly.
That reminds me when they did a port for Rayman 3, because, like, characters would talk on top of each other, like, all the time in that game, in at least the English dub version. But then, when they came out with Rayman 3 HD, not only did they, like, fix some of the audio sync issues, they also added like, subtitles and all this other stuff.
How does Rayman 3 actually hold up?
It's alright.
I remember really liking it as a kid, but I just liked Rayman in general.
Yeah,
I guess.
I like Rayman
Sonic
as well.
says, try and beat the staff ghost.
Sometimes Sonic talks to me as if, like, he wants me to take to the test track, but I'm already racing, so why would I want to learn how to play the
Sonic
game?
says, practicing missions will unlock new missions. Sonic says, if somebody tries to touch you in a place or way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
Wasn't in, like, some pre-release version, did they have, like, a Sonic Says thing that would be something like that, where Sonic says, da-da-da-da, that's no good, or something like that?
I'm not sure, but I do know that the title cards that doing that were they were a nod to AOSTH.
Wow. That's awesome. I do feel kind of weird that, like, I was actually kind of looking forward to this, knowing that it probably wasn't really going to be that good of a version of All-Stars Racing. But there's some kind of charm to it that I actually kind of like. And if you compare it to some of the other racing games that are on Android right now, this is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, it seems like a decent racing game for a smartphone.
And it just came out of nowhere. Like, when I put up the article on Retro about this game coming out, like, I linked to some other games that came out for Android that just came out of nowhere. Like, I had no idea that there was a official sequel to Konami Crazy Racers until, like, maybe either earlier this year or last year.
Wait, this sequel?
Yep, it's called Crazy Kart Racing, but it still has, like, Goemon, and now it has Frogger, and it has, like, one of the characters from Rumble Roses, and it has Pyramid Head.
Wow.
There's some really
Doesn't
bizarre
remind-
mobile. Sorry, I was saying there's some really bizarre mobile phone sequels to games you'd never really have thought of. Somebody posted in the James
There's also,
Pond thread about an iOS version or something that came out about 2 years ago.
There's also Crash Nitro Kart
Yeah. And
and Crash Nitro Kart 2.
And they ported the DS version of Snowboard Kids to Android and iOS. And there's also Revolt, which is apparently based on the Dreamcast version. And then there's, like, other weird stuff, like, they put Touch Detective on Android, but you can never find it because it's a free app, but you're supposed to... Oh, God. You're supposed to buy the episodes through the game itself. I think if this is the last race, then we can switch to some actual Dreamcast games here in a moment.
I was just looking on Steam, and there's this new game called Marlow Briggs, and it seems like a God of War ripoff, but except it also has B-movie plot.
Weird.
Yeah, like the description is: a new breed of warrior returns, committed to destroying the enemies of freedom when one angry man has a world to protect. There's only one future, his own. And it's actually worded like that.
That's goofy.
Like certain words are just capitalized.
Oh yeah, I also learned that, I mean, this is old by now, but that Angry Video Game Nerd game finally came out.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's coded by Sam Bodos, who used to make a couple of, like, Sonic fan games, like Mario vs. Sonic.
Is it a steaming pile of diarrhea to duty?
Well, James Rolfe says so, but in a good way, apparently.
Also, Jim Sterling is in it. Our
Wow.
favorite internet reviewer.
And the interest I had in it immediately evaporated.
Oh, man. Yeah, there's some weird stuff in there. Like, even on Twitter, he was talking about he wanted PewDiePie to do, like, a playthrough of the game. Which, I don't like the guy. But whatever. Like, Sam's a cool dude. I definitely want to try and see if I can catch up with him. And I'll probably eventually play the game, but... Yeah, there's just a couple weird things that I just don't really care too much about, but whatever. Alright, oh. Whatever, I'm just gonna finish this last level, and then, we'll switch.
The better you play, the more you win. Thank you, Sonic, for that nugget of information.
Oh, yeah. It also tells me to, with your foot on the gas pedal, hold the drift button, but there's not really a button for gas pedaling going on. And I fell off.
Step on the gas, step on the brake.
Bam.
Alright, we're here. We're sitting in the car. I want you to show me if you can get the car.
Gas up on the gas, step. That sounds like playing Parappa.
Yes it does.
And that was one thing that really bothered me about All-Stars Racing on the DS. You can't really block any of the attacks that are coming behind you. You just see that they're coming, and that's it.
I admit.
And it is really slowing down. That is not your network connection.
Keith Epicure is also in AFGN Adventures.
Oh, wow.
The Destructoid logo.
Yeah, but Destructoid is in like every indie game ever.
Yeah.
It's in Retro City Rampage too, for some reason. Damn it. Yeah, this yellow button you guys see on the right-hand side of the screen, that's the drift button, and right next to it is the brake and reverse. And for this control option, the blue button is your item button. If you hold the red button, then you go in reverse. But it kind of doesn't work out terribly great for some reason when you're trying to go through some of the sharper corners. I mean, granted, yes, there's all these other things that kind of make this game hard to control. Also, even though it doesn't really... It's kind of like a moot point, but I am kind of bummed out it doesn't have the DS version soundtrack in here, even though you can't... It'd probably be kind of pointless to replicate that, especially considering that, you could just go with higher quality recordings since you have more system resources to make use of. And now our mute Beady Joe is done with the race. Let's see. I guess I could start buying some of these levels.
Spend your precious Sega miles.
Mm-hmm. And, see, this really throws me off. So, there's the back button there, and then there's a button that says spend miles. And you think, like, if you want to get out of this menu or whatever, you would have to, like, hit the back button. But no, it just brings you back to, like, the results. And then you have to hit, like, on the blue part of the screen, of the prompt, advance forward. And you have to be signed into Google Plus if you want your achievements to show up on your Google Plus profile. Since they up and decided you can, well, this takes advantage of Google's new initiative to have games on here, so you can sign into Google Plus to take advantage of achievements and leaderboards and things like that. And you can also take advantage of online multiplayer, but I don't want to use it on the stream because that shows my all my account stuff, and I don't like that. That kind of sucks. Mama told me not to use my real name on the internet, and now all these companies want me to forgo my privacy concerns. I don't even want to read their stupid privacy policy. I'm sick of this.